Have you ever found yourself drained, your peace shattered, and your mind clouded by the presence of someone who seems to live in chaos? Toxic people can infiltrate our lives, dragging us down with their negativity, testing our patience, and challenging our resolve. But there is a way to face them, not with anger or hatred, but with unshakable strength and inner calm. Today, we'll explore 13 ways to deal with toxic people, not through aggression or avoidance, but by becoming unbreakable, through principles that ancient Stoic philosophers mastered and lived by. Let's embark on this journey together, one that will teach us to rise above destructive emotions, reclaim our peace, and move forward with a wisdom that even the harshest of people cannot disturb. The 13 Stoic strategies. Guard your inner peace. Toxic people feed on reactions. They thrive in an environment of turmoil. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Our first line of defense is to guard our inner peace as if it were a sacred treasure. When we refuse to let external chaos penetrate our minds, we become untouchable. When you face toxicity, breathe, observe, and let it pass through you without touching your core. 2. See people as they are, not as we wish them to be. Expectations can lead to disappointment, especially when we expect toxic people to behave differently. Epictetus advised, men are disturbed not by things but by the view which they take of them. Let go of the illusion that they will change. Instead, see them clearly, with all their flaws and limitations. This clarity frees us from disappointment and grounds us in reality, so we can respond with wisdom rather than frustration. 3. Practice indifference to insults. Insults are the weapons of toxic people, used to provoke and control us. But the Stoics teach that an insult only has power if we allow it to affect us. Seneca reminds us, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. The craving for approval makes us vulnerable to insults. Practice indifference to their barbs and accusations. To be indifferent is to be invulnerable. 4. Set boundaries firmly and calmly. Setting boundaries is not an act of hostility, it's an act of self-respect. Toxic people often push and invade, testing our limits. Here, we can take inspiration from Marcus Aurelius, who wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." We must be the guardians of our own time and energy. By setting boundaries with a calm, unshakable resolve, we show them, and ourselves, what we are willing to accept. 5. Detach from their judgments. The judgments of toxic people are often harsh, irrational, and driven by their own insecurities. We must not tie our sense of self-worth to their words. Epictetus advised, if you are ever tempted to look for outside approval, realize that you have compromised your integrity. Remember, their judgments are a reflection of their mind, not of your worth. When we detach from others' judgments, we liberate ourselves. 6. Respond, don't react. Toxic people aim to provoke reactions to draw us into their drama, but reaction is a loss of control. Seneca taught, most powerful is he who has himself in his own power. When faced with hostility, take a breath, pause, and choose a response that aligns with your values, not theirs. This is the Stoic way, to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. 7. Embrace patience as strength. Patience is a weapon against toxicity. When someone's negativity tests our patience, we can see it as an opportunity to cultivate resilience. Marcus Aurelius believed that the mind adapts and converts to its own purposes the obstacle to our acting. By enduring with patience, we turn obstacles into growth, strengthening our character with each trial. 8. Keep your emotions in check. Toxic people often stir up anger, frustration, or sadness. But these emotions, left unchecked, only harm us. Epictetus taught us to keep our passions within bounds. When we feel anger rise, let us observe it, recognize it, and choose not to act upon it. This self-control gives us power over our emotions, making us stronger than those who seek to disrupt our peace. 9. Reflect on the temporary nature of all things. When dealing with toxic individuals, it's easy to feel trapped in the moment. But the Stoics constantly remind us of life's impermanence. Marcus Aurelius advised, observe constantly that all things take place by change. Remembering that each difficult encounter will pass helps us to endure it with patience. Nothing in life is permanent, not even the presence of toxicity. 10. Direct your focus to what you can control. The Stoics taught that the path to peace lies in focusing only on what we can control. We cannot control toxic people or their behavior, but we can control our own actions and responses. Epictetus said, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." By focusing on our own behavior, we reclaim our power regardless of the chaos around us. 11. Recognize the power of silence. Sometimes the best response is no response at all. Silence can disarm toxic people, denying them the fuel they seek to start conflict. Seneca said, "A sword by itself does not slay, it is merely the weapon used by the slayer." Our words are weapons they might use against us. By choosing silence, we show strength and restraint and we leave them powerless. 12. Let go of the need for revenge. Revenge is a poison that affects us more than it affects others. Seneca cautioned, "He who seeks revenge should dig 2 graves." Stoicism teaches us that our goal should not be to retaliate, but to rise above. Instead of feeding the cycle of negativity, let go and focus on your own growth. True power lies in the ability to forgive and move on. 13. Focus on your own growth. Finally, the best way to deal with toxic people is to focus on becoming the best version of ourselves. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Every encounter with toxicity is an opportunity to practice patience, resilience, and self-control. Let them serve as teachers, sharpening your virtues and making you stronger. Conclusion. To face toxic people and emerge unscathed is a powerful test of our character. It demands fortitude, patience, and a commitment to our values. Remember, the Stoics teach us not to be swayed by the chaos around us, but to find strength within. When we hold steady in the face of hostility, we become unbreakable. As we practice these principles, may we rise above the noise and the negativity, standing firm in our pursuit of peace and purpose. Thank you for joining us on this journey of Stoicism. If you found these insights valuable, remember to subscribe, like, and share. Let's continue building a life of strength, resilience, and inner peace together. Until next time, stay strong, stay stoic, and walk with purpose.